Millions of people around the world consume alcohol every single day. But have you ever stopped to wonder, what is it actually doing to your body on the inside? Alcohol, specifically ethanol, is a psychoactive chemical compound. The moment it enters your body, it begins a complex journey through nearly every organ system you have. The journey begins the moment alcohol touches your mouth. It begins absorbing through the mucous membranes, irritating the delicate lining of your esophagus with every single sip. Inside the stomach, alcohol stimulates excess acid production while simultaneously attacking the stomach's protective mucosal lining, a combination that, over time, leads to gastritis and ulcers. Unlike food, alcohol does not need to be digested. Approximately 20% is absorbed directly through the stomach wall, and the remaining 80% through the small intestine, entering your bloodstream within minutes. As alcohol enters the bloodstream, your blood alcohol concentration, or BAC, begins to rise. And with it, the effects on your brain, heart, liver, and every major organ begin to unfold. Because alcohol molecules are small and both water and fat soluble, they pass through the blood-brain barrier with virtually no resistance, reaching your brain within minutes of your first drink. Alcohol enhances GABA, the brain's primary inhibitory neurotransmitter, while simultaneously suppressing glutamate, which is responsible for stimulation and memory. This dual action is what causes that feeling of relaxation and mental slowing. The prefrontal cortex, the region responsible for judgment, impulse control, and rational decision-making, is among the first areas to be affected. This is why alcohol lowers your inhibitions and leads to poor decisions. Alcohol also triggers a surge of dopamine in the brain's reward center, producing feelings of pleasure and euphoria. This is the neurological trap. Your brain begins to associate alcohol with reward, laying the foundation for dependence. Consistent alcohol use literally shrinks the brain. Chronic exposure causes loss of white matter, atrophy of the frontal lobes, and widespread neuron death, leading to memory loss, cognitive decline. Heavy drinking depletes vitamin B1, thiamine. Without it, a devastating neurological condition called Wernicke-Korsakoff syndrome can develop, causing severe memory impairment and an inability to form new memories. Your liver is your body's primary detoxification organ, and when it comes to alcohol, it becomes the front line of defense, responsible for metabolizing approximately 90% of all alcohol you consume. Inside liver cells, an enzyme called alcohol dehydrogenase converts ethanol into a highly toxic compound, acetaldehyde. This substance is far more damaging than alcohol itself. One of the earliest signs of alcohol-related liver damage is fatty liver disease or steatosis. Excess alcohol disrupts fat metabolism, causing fat to accumulate inside liver cells. Continued drinking leads to alcoholic hepatitis, a severe inflammation of the liver. The immune system attacks the damaged liver tissue, causing jaundice, abdominal pain, and potentially life-threatening liver failure in acute cases. The final and most devastating stage of alcohol-related liver damage is cirrhosis. Healthy liver tissue is permanently replaced by scar tissue, fibrosis, destroying the liver's ability to function. As cirrhosis blocks blood flow through the liver, pressure builds in the portal vein, a condition called portal hypertension. This forces blood into alternative pathways, causing chronic alcohol consumption is one of the leading risk factors for hepatocellular carcinoma, liver cancer. Once in the bloodstream, alcohol reaches the heart within minutes, and while some studies suggest moderate consumption may have minor short-term cardiovascular effects, consistent heavy drinking tells a very different story. Alcohol disrupts the heart's electrical conduction system. This can trigger arrhythmias, irregular heartbeats, including atrial fibrillation. Years of heavy drinking can cause alcoholic cardiomyopathy, where the heart muscle weakens and the chambers enlarge. The heart can no longer pump blood efficiently, leading to heart failure, fatigue, and breathlessness. Consistent alcohol consumption raises blood pressure, hypertension. Alcohol causes blood vessels to constrict and activate stress hormones that increase vascular resistance. Both ischemic and hemorrhagic strokes are significantly more likely in consistent drinkers. Alcohol-related hypertension and irregular heart rhythms can trigger blood clots that cut off circulation to the brain. Alcohol also triggers systemic inflammation that directly damages cardiac muscle cells. Inflammatory cytokines degrade the heart's mitochondria, crippling energy production. Alcohol is the leading cause of pancreatitis, inflammation of the pancreas. Alcohol causes digestive enzymes to activate while still inside the pancreas, essentially causing the organ to begin digesting itself.
The small intestine's delicate villi, microscopic finger-like projections responsible for nutrient absorption, are severely damaged by chronic alcohol use.
Alcohol fundamentally destroys the gut microbiome, the trillions of bacteria that regulate digestion, immunity, and even mental health. It kills beneficial bacteria and allows harmful strains to proliferate. Alcohol loosens the tight junctions between intestinal cells, creating a leaky gut. Bacterial endotoxins then escape into the bloodstream, triggering systemic inflammation that affects the liver, brain, and immune system.
The World Health Organization classifies alcohol as a Group 1 carcinogen,
Consistent drinking is directly linked to increased risk of colorectal cancer, with acetaldehyde causing DNA mutations.
Alcohol suppresses antidiuretic hormone, ADH, the hormone that tells your kidneys to conserve water. Without it, your kidneys excrete far more water than normal, rapidly leading to dehydration and electrolyte imbalances.
Alcohol wreaks havoc on the endocrine system. It suppresses testosterone production, elevates estrogen levels, and triggers excess cortisol release from the adrenal glands.
Alcohol is a potent immunosuppressant. It impairs the production and function of white blood cells, leaving the body significantly less capable of fighting off infections, viruses, and even cancer cells.
Heavy drinkers face dramatically elevated risk of serious infections. The risk of pneumonia is up to 3 times higher in consistent alcohol users.
Alcohol inhibits osteoblasts, the cells responsible for building bone, while accelerating bone resorption. Combined with calcium and vitamin D malabsorption from gut damage, this leads to osteoporosis.
Alcohol directly impairs muscle protein synthesis, the process by which your body builds and repairs muscle tissue. It also reduces growth hormone secretion and depletes muscle mitochondria.
The skin is one of the most visible organs affected by alcohol. Dehydration, collagen breakdown, and dilated blood vessels lead to puffiness, redness, accelerated aging, and a dull complexion. While alcohol may temporarily relieve anxiety, it is classified as a central nervous system depressant. Consistent drinking severely depletes serotonin, dramatically worsening depression, anxiety, and emotional instability over time. A cruel trap is the anxiety rebound effect. As alcohol wears off, GABA activity crashes below baseline, causing a neurological rebound that produces anxiety more intense than before. This drives many people to drink again. Alcohol dramatically disrupts sleep architecture. While it may help you fall asleep faster, it suppresses REM sleep, the critical restorative phase needed for memory consolidation and emotional processing. Over time, the brain's reward system physically rewires itself around alcohol. Dopamine receptors downregulate. Normal activities no longer produce pleasure. The brain begins to require alcohol just to feel normal. Unlike withdrawal from many other substances, alcohol withdrawal can be fatal. Without adequate GABA suppression, the brain becomes hyperexcitable, triggering seizures, hallucinations, and delirium tremens.
Beyond the physical body, consistent alcohol use corrodes every dimension of a person's life. Relationships fracture, professional performance declines, self-identity erodes, and the psychological burden of addiction. There is no safe level of alcohol during pregnancy. Alcohol crosses the placenta freely and is toxic to fetal development. Fetal alcohol syndrome, characterized by permanent brain damage or deficiencies in distinctive facial.
The World Health Organization has confirmed that alcohol causes at least 7 types of cancer: mouth, pharynx, carynx.
Alcohol causes cancer through multiple mechanisms simultaneously: direct DNA damage by acetaldehyde, oxidative stress from free radicals, and hormonal disruption elevating cancer-promoting estrogen. The body is remarkably resilient, but only if action is taken early enough. Fatty liver disease, the first stage of alcohol-related liver damage, can fully reverse within 4 to 8 weeks of stopping alcohol consumption. The brain, too, can recover. Within 2 weeks of stopping, sleep quality improves dramatically. Within a month, cognitive clarity and emotional regulation begin returning. Understanding what a standard drink actually contains is essential. Despite appearing very different in size, a regular beer, a glass of wine, and a shot of spirits all contain approximately the same amount of pure ethanol. There is no completely safe level of alcohol. However, keeping consumption below 2 standard drinks per day and no more than 10 to 15 per week significantly reduces, though does not eliminate, health risks. Research published in major medical journals has found that severe alcohol use disorder can reduce life expectancy by 24 to 28 years. This is not a statistic about rare edge cases.
Your body is not a passive observer of your choices. It is constantly responding to them. Every drink taken consistently causes measurable biological damage.
From your brain to your bones, from your liver to your immune system, consistent alcohol consumption touches every single system in the human body.
Please subscribe for more health tips. Feel free to comment what you want to learn about.